Hello, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Believe in Yourself Inc. This page I created to basically share my journey and my story through different facets of my life, different things that I do. One of those ways that I'm going to be sharing or thoughts that I'm going to be bringing you every week is my golden nugget. I have this segment on a podcast that I do called the Network Kings, and every episode I usually drop a golden nugget. So I'm going to be not probably I'm going to be bringing in one of the golden nuggets that I did from the podcast and just expounded on it a little bit more. I'm also going to be doing some of my soulful creations. If you listen to the podcast as well, Network Kings, we're on iTunes and SoundCloud. Um, I've recently become a vegan. I know a lot of you out there, maybe not a lot of you, maybe some of you are curious about it, but we're going to be dibbling and dabbling into that, and I'm going to show you guys that it's possible. I grew up an American in a Nigerian home, first generation born in America. My parents are straight from Nigeria, so we eat all the native foods, the gira, the garis, the pounded yam, the egusi soup, the abono, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I grew up eating, the goat meat. You know what I'm saying? The stockfish and all that good stuff, man. And when I started to educate myself or began to educate myself on just diet and living a much more healthier lifestyle and using food as my medicine and using that mentality really changed the way I look at the way I eat. So we'll be going into that, and also I'll be doing some fitness. Fitness is gonna be real dear. I'm not trying to be a personal trainer or anything like that, but I always get questions asked to me. Like how often do you work out? What do you do when I do work out? And basically gonna be chronicling that. I guess that's what they call it, something like that. So I'm gonna be doing that as well. So this page right here, man, is just basically B Yink. It's me. If you realize my name is Kevin Akin B Ye, so it's a play on my name B Ye, and I just added the ink on the end of it. So it's Believe in Yourself Inc. B Ye. So I'm Kev B Ye. I'm the founder of this page, and I hope that this page inspires you, motivates you, and gets you going throughout your day, or just whenever you just looking for something to entertain yourself with, and you to grab a little bit of knowledge. Because I don't know everything, but check my page out, man. So today, what I'm going to be presenting is my golden nugget. So this golden nugget comes from my podcast that I do with my co-host Sam G, Samuel Badebo. Shout out DJ Sam G, and we are the Network Kings. And on the Network Kings, for episode one, we spoke about what is your vision. And my golden nugget for that episode was, excuse me while I, get my notes together. In life, you must have a vision. You will go as far as you can see. Now, with that one, to me, when I explained it on the show, I said, I used the example of looking out at a beach. And I like to imagine that I can create a reality for myself as far as the eye can see. And with that comes a lot of steps. So when we have a vision in life, it is very important that we don't allow ourselves to get bogged down by what the grandiose scheme of what it all is. The most important thing of your vision, I would like to use this example, like headlights on a car. When you're driving at night, and I mean it's pitch black. For anybody that's out there who's ever driven in Nigeria or just in the countryside, and there's no street lights out there, and it's black. When I say black, that's what I'm talking about. So it's pitch black outside, and you got your headlights on, and they can only go, let's say, 100 feet. So all you see in front of you is 100 feet in front of you, right? So now let's say I'm driving from here to Orlando, and I'm living in Miami, Florida. So for here to Orlando for me is 3 hours. Wherever you are, just imagine you're taking a night trip, you're driving overnight to beat the traffic or whatever your reason it is, and you're driving. So we're going to Orlando. I know my endpoint. I know where I'm going. Orlando, 500 miles away. I know that them 500 miles, although in times of me driving in this pitch black, there's going to be times where I might get weary. My eyes may get a little tired. But I'm going to keep going because I know my destination. But see, a lot of times people get so caught up in, why can't I see anything happening? Because you can only see 100 feet in front of you at a time. You see, it's like a flower that's been planted underneath the ground, or a seed that's been planted underneath the ground. Nobody plants that seed today, comes back that same day and says, where's my rose? We all have the understanding that once I plant that seed, things have to happen. There has to be a germination. The seed has to die and be reborn. That takes steps and takes time of maturation. So you not seeing past that 100 feet is a test of your faith. See, Orlando's not going nowhere. It's always been there. Your destiny, your success, your goal, wherever you think you ever wanted to go in life, it's there. It's never been further away from you. What keeps it far away is the fact that because you can't see, you stop and turn the car off. And what maybe some of you do is you go back home. Because you know what? I know how far I've come, so I know how long it's going to take me to get back there. But you know what? I can't see Orlando. And my odometer ain't working right now, so I don't even know how far I've driven. So, you know what? I think I'm going to turn around. And I'm here to tell you guys and just to inspire you that the process comes in the doing. Those little tasks every day. And yes, they become tedious. And like driving that night with those sleepy eyes can become tedious. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in the still of the night when there ain't nobody on the road but you. And it's just your headlights out there. And you know you've been driving. And you is just like, I can't take, I need to pull over. There's nothing wrong in pulling over. But just know that by you pulling over, you're delaying what needs to happen. You're delaying your success from coming. And who's to say that when you pull over, that you might not just turn around? A lot of times on the road to success, we have paved the way where we have worked so much, and our finish line may just be another 100 meters away. But because we've allowed ourselves to become so exhausted in the process instead of being appreciative of the process. Understand what I'm saying? We've allowed ourselves to become exhausted in the process instead of being appreciative of the process, because any process that you go through to gain any success, you must be appreciative for that success to ever manifest. So when we get to that point and we become exhausted, we'll turn around. Because you know what we'll say? Maybe this ain't for me. You know, they was driving for like 2.5 hours and they got there faster than I did. Maybe they was driving a Ferrari or a Lamborghini and you probably got a Pinto. That's a discussion for another episode. But for this golden nugget, your vision, you can only go as far as you can see. And in knowing that, like I use the example of the ocean, yes, you want to create, and that vision that you have is grand. I don't believe there's anybody out there who has a small vision for their life. I highly doubt it. And that vision is grand. But along that vision, there's steps and paths along the way. And God is so great that although you, in your mind, see that big vision, He only allows you physically, now, in the moment, to see those 100 meters ahead. You're not going to fall off that cliff. But if you trust in that process, magic happens. I hope I see you guys next week, man. Tune in for next week's Golden Nugget. And, yeah, peace.